everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith. Today we're going to be unboxing a game called Herbaceous. And this game was also a Kickstarter delivery, came along with Sunset Over Water, and I'm really excited to be unboxing this for you guys to show you what's inside the game if you're interested in picking this up. This is a solo playable game. It allows for up to 4 players as well if you choose to play it that way, but you can play it solo and it is built into the game from the get-go. The game is a flavorful game by Steve, Finn, Eduardo, Baraf, and Beth Sobel, and it's from Pencil First Games. So what we're going to do here is we're going to flip this box over so that you guys can actually see the back of it, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So right here, on the very back of the box, we got a flavorful card game. Everyone has a green thumb when playing Herbaceous. Relax while enjoying this elegant game of picking and potting herbs. Pot the best collection of herbs in your glass jar and planters, but don't wait too long or your friend might grab them first. So this is again a solo game with 1 player right there, 20 minutes long and an age of 8 or up. In terms of the contents, 72 herb cards, 16 container cards, 4 garden diviners, and 1 herb biscuit, which is down here. Very interesting. All right, so again, there's the credits for the game as well as the publisher, and we're going to go ahead and crack this thing open because I'm excited to find out what exactly is inside this box. Just before we crack the wrapping off the game, I just want to give you a quick overview of the game for those of you that know nothing about it. The breakdown of the game is, in Herbaceous, herb collectors compete to grow and store the most valuable melody of herbs. Everyone starts with 4 containers, and each of which allows a different grouping action. You can group herbs of the same type, you can group types, you can group pairs, you can group any 3 types, or same or different. On your turn, you're going to draw a herb, decide whether to keep it in your personal collection or put it into the communal pile. If kept, the next card goes to the communal pile. If placed in the communal pile, the next card goes in your personal collection. At the start of your turn, you can decide to use a container. If you do, you assemble cards from your personal and communal spaces, group them, then turn them all over. You have then collected those and can't use the container again. So kind of like once you've collected from the communal area as well as your own area, then you flip it over and you have now collected them and they can't be used again at that potting area, those pots. At the end of the game, the collectors determine the best collection as a combination of value from their collection, matching herbs and herb sets. Now, a lot of this won't make any sense because you're not seeing the game in action. Don't worry, when we actually do a playthrough of this, you'll understand it quite easily. So it is a 20-minute game. It doesn't take very long to play, so in explaining it shouldn't be that difficult either. So we're going to go ahead here, we're going to cut into this box, and we're going to find out exactly what's inside this game. I'm very intrigued by this one. A very different theme, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and crack it open and see what we've got inside. Sometimes these box covers come off for me right away, and other times they don't. And in this case, it could be user error. Alright. There we go. Got it. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's what I like to see. Right out of the gates, the solo variant right on top. That makes me happy. So right out of the gates, you've got yourself a solo variant. It's going to tell you a tasty version for one. And it looks like Keith actually created this. There's a full setup there, which of course I'll cover when we go through it. It's got the gameplay elements right there. Flipping it over, we got more gameplay continued, and then of course your game end conditions, scoring conditions, and these are going to follow, of course, getting the highest points. You're trying to become a true green thumb harvester would be the highest rank that you could possibly obtain. So that's awesome. Right at the gates, knowing that they've gone ahead and built in the solo play, and especially actually kept it separate. That's even easier to pick up. This is going to be a rule book, of course, for those of you that are unfamiliar with rule books, and if you, well, if you play board games, you shouldn't be. There's 7 pages of this one. Now, this is going to help you get probably the 2 to 4 player thing going. So for me, I'm not going to be using this one on the channel. My focus is going to be on the solo side of it. Right here out of the gates, we've got, I don't know what this is. I was going to say something, but it could be the potting area. I don't know what that 100% is, so I do apologize for that. We've got a private garden token, which looks like it needs to be punched out. It also comes with, oh, there's a few of them actually. So these probably are, oh, these are per player. So each player is going to have one of these basically in their area representing a color and also representing each player. So they're going to look like this, private garden. There's pink, yellow, blue, green. And like again, the colors on this stuff looks really good. Again, same as I shouldn't say same as, but similar to the Sunset Over Water game. The insert looks really well done. So we're going to go ahead and, as long as all the components can get back into the box and keep them organized, then that to me is the sign of a good organizer. Because some games just don't have them and there's nothing in there and you're just chucking your cards in the box and stuff like that. It's nice to have some type of storage where you can be a little bit aggressive with the box and things don't go everywhere. Okay, so for this one, I'll show you quickly the back of the card decks here, because I've opened them off camera. Looks like you've got some reference cards for large pot, wooden planter, small pots, glass jar, that type of thing. Flipping this over, pot, herbs, and plant. Again, this will make a lot more sense when I go through the rules. There's that biscuit that was talked about. So it looks like the biscuit's actually worth quite a bit, 5 points for the first player to score a glass jar with 1, 2, 3. Interesting. So I'll have to double check on how that actually happens. Looks like it's exactly the same on the opposite side. Then we've got a bunch of cards. These ones are different colors. These could be the player cards, potentially. They look like they're per color, so maybe each player gets these to start with. I couldn't tell you 100%, but looks like these are the actual... Oh, that's pretty cool. The artwork is really well done. It is definitely plants, that's for sure, and it's really nice. They're really nice cards. I like it. So again, depending on maybe I'm guessing that every player gets one of each, and maybe that's why there's duplicates in this, except for the fact that the card backs are different. So every player will likely start off with something, would be my guess. These are the actual plants. So you got like sage, and I got a bunch of those, tarragon, a bunch of those, mint, chive, thyme. It's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. So we got another one. I'm guessing this is going to add to the number of different type of plants. Let's see if I can get this open relatively quickly. It's being a little stubborn. And I'm going to have to use the knife. Alright, got it open. Whew! Good thing there was a knife close by. Okay, so we got bay cards here. These ones are considered bay. Let's see what else we got here. Dill. Lavender. Rosemary. Saffron. And some more sage to complete that other set. Alright, so we got a whole bunch of herbs. So essentially what's going to be happening here is we're going to be having to jump into the solo setup and rules overview. Now I'm probably, for this game, Herbaceous as well as Sunset Over Water, I'm going to likely be doing the rules overview as well as the solo setup all combined into one video, because the game is such a quick setup and it's such a quick game to get to the table, being that it's only 20 minutes long. There's no point in breaking those videos out, so I'm going to combine the solo setup and the rules together. We'll get a good understanding of what we're supposed to be doing, and then we're going to play through them. So hopefully you'll join me on that journey, and we'll see whether or not these are considered some great solo filler games, and whether one of these happens to interest you. Whether it be the theme, whether it be the mechanics, whatever, we will go through it and take a look. So hopefully you'll join me for those. I'm really excited about them, and always happy to see a solo variant sheet pop up at the very beginning when you open a box. That's awesome. I need to see that more often. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this is helpful in getting a better idea as to what's in the box of Herbaceous, and I will see you guys in the next episode. As always, keep on rolling solo.